Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to how the 49ers are shaping up this season, you already know that things are looking promising on the surface. The team is sitting at a solid 2-0, which is always the goal at this point in the season, right? But as any true fan knows, appearances can be deceiving, especially when it comes to the depth of the roster. And in this case, the wide receiver room, which is so crucial for any team's success, is actually hanging by a thread. It's not what you want to see when you're eyeing another deep playoff run or a potential Super Bowl appearance. The injury situation is starting to tell a story that could have serious implications if not addressed quickly. Brandon Ayuk, one of the team's top wideouts, hasn't even suited up yet this season. Why? Because he's still working his way back from that knee injury that kept him out last year. Brandon Ayuk is such a key piece for the 49ers offense, especially given his explosiveness and ability to stretch the field. His presence alone changes the dynamic of the offense, forcing defenses to respect the deep ball and opening up opportunities for others. But with Ayuk still on the mend, the 49ers are relying heavily on Ricky Pearsall, a second-year player who's stepping into the spotlight much sooner than expected. Ricky has shown flashes of promise, but can he be the full-time solution? Well, that's still up in the air. Meanwhile, Jauan Jennings, a dependable figure in the locker room and on the field, has been hobbling through injuries himself. Jennings has always been a physical, gritty receiver, someone who makes tough catches in traffic and adds a layer of toughness to the passing game. But with his injury issues, he's not at 100%, which limits his effectiveness. And then there's Demarcus Robinson, who isn't even available at all because of a suspension. That's a significant blow because Robinson was brought in to add veteran experience and depth, especially as the team navigates these injury problems. So what does that leave the 49ers with? A patchwork group that's leaning on the young, unproven Ricky Pearsall, along with some familiar faces like Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Kendrick Bourne, and Skyy Moore. This situation has created a clear need for reinforcements. And that's where the trade rumors start to pick up steam. You see, according to Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report, there's a name that's been floating around as a potential trade target that could help the 49ers immediately. That name is Xavier Legette, a wide receiver from the Carolina Panthers. Now, Legette isn't a household name yet, but he's caught the attention of scouts and analysts because of his physical traits and potential. Knox has even suggested that Carolina might be open to trading him for a conditional third-round pick, which is quite intriguing. The context here is that Legette, a rookie last year, had his fair share of struggles as a first-year player, which is pretty normal for rookies trying to adapt to the NFL's speed and complexity. But Knox points out that those struggles weren't particularly alarming, especially given that Carolina's offense was pretty ineffective for most of last season. It's worth noting that Legette's tape isn't perfect, far from it, but his size and athleticism are undeniable. Standing at 6'3" and weighing around 227 pounds, he looks more like a linebacker than a typical wide receiver, especially with his legit 4.39 speed. That kind of physical profile makes him a unique weapon. Legette is tough after the catch, with a willingness to block in the run game, which is a trait that coaches love. His rookie season stats, 49 catches, 497 yards, 4 touchdowns, show that he has potential, even if he's yet to fully tap into it. This year, his production has dipped a bit, with just 4 catches on 15 targets for 8 yards so far. But we all know that sometimes a change of scenery can do wonders for a young player. And for the 49ers, adding a big-bodied receiver like Legette could be a game-changer. Now you might wonder, why is this relevant for the Niners? Well, his contract situation is actually pretty appealing. He's signed through 2027 on his rookie deal, with a cap hit of less than $3 million in 2025. For a team that's already paying stars across the roster, that kind of value is hard to ignore. His size and speed make him an intriguing option outside, especially given the current injuries and uncertainties at the WR position. The 49ers don't need Legette to come in and be their WR1 immediately. They just need him to be a big, physical presence who can stretch the field and provide a different look for defenses. And let's not forget about the other side of the coin, the Carolina Panthers. They're sitting at 0-2 and seem to be in a rebuild mode that's still very much ongoing. They invested a first-round pick in Legette last year, and even though he's yet to produce big numbers, they might be open to moving him if they get a good enough offer. Knox suggests that a third or fourth-round pick could do the trick, especially if it's a performance-based conditional pick that benefits the Panthers if Legette hits certain targets. For Carolina, moving Legette might be a way to accumulate more future assets and accelerate their rebuild, especially since they're not contending this year. Now, the interesting part here is how this fits into the bigger picture for the 49ers. This team is built to win now, and adding a player like Legette could bolster their wide receiver core in a significant way. Think about it. His size, speed, and physicality would give Kyle Shanahan even more options to scheme open. The current group, Valdes-Scantling, Bourne, Pearsall, Skyy are all capable, but adding a big-bodied outside threat like Legette could open up even more play-calling possibilities. It's not about replacing Ayuk or Jennings, but about adding depth and versatility that could prove vital in close games or playoff scenarios. Of course, any trade like this involves risk. Legette's limited production so far might scare some teams off, but his physical traits and contract value make him worth considering, especially for a team with a clear window to contend. The 49ers, with their strong coaching staff and offensive system, could tap into his potential and help him develop into a more consistent target. And from Carolina's perspective, moving him now might be the best way to maximize his value before the season progresses further and his stock fluctuates. So, if the 49ers manage to pull this off, it could be a low-cost, high-reward move that adds a new dimension to their offense. It's a move that fits their current needs perfectly, adding depth, size, and speed at a position where injuries and inconsistencies have been a concern. And it's also a reminder that in the NFL, sometimes the best moves are the ones made quietly, with players who have untapped potential waiting for the right system and coaching staff to unlock it. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the 49ers have a lot on their plate. They're already showing they're a serious contender this season, with a strong defense and a potent running game led by Christian McCaffrey. But maintaining that dominance requires depth, especially at key positions like wide receiver. If they can add someone like Xavier Legette, it might just be the piece that pushes them over the top. The division is tough, with the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals all vying for supremacy, but the Niners have established themselves as a team that can adapt and overcome challenges. And it's not just about this season. The 49ers are building towards something bigger, another shot at a Super Bowl title. They've got the coaching, the talent, and now, perhaps, the savvy front office that recognizes the importance of adding depth in unconventional ways. Whether it's through a trade for a player like Legette or developing their current roster, the team's focus remains on contending at the highest level. And if they pull off this move, it could be a game-changer not just for this year but for seasons to come. Now, as fans, we always want to see our team making smart moves, and this potential trade fits right into that mold. It's about maximizing talent, managing cap space, and staying flexible. The 49ers have shown they're willing to be aggressive when needed, and bringing in a big-bodied receiver like Legette is exactly that, an aggressive, strategic move that could pay dividends. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. Do you think Legette is the right fit? Would you be excited to see him in red and gold? Or do you think the team should look elsewhere? Whatever your thoughts, I want to hear them. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. Keep the passion alive, and let's continue supporting our team through thick and thin. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Niners.